Congratulations, dear first-time investor, right? For your decision to buy properties this year 2025, all right? And I want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate you because you are now part of those that understand the foundational principles of wealth building and retaining of your legacy. All right, you are now part of those that understand sustainable wealth building. So today we are going to be learning four major things as a first-time investor in Lagos and in the southeast part of Nigeria. When we say southeast, we mean Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, Abia State, Imo State, and some part of the south, Asaba, and so forth, right? So, welcome once again. This is Becoming the Latest Landlord with Israel Nwafo here, and in our subsequent videos, you are going to be learning a lot about real estate investment in Nigeria. It's very important that you understand what it takes and the nitty-gritty of the industry. You really need to know what you are going into, because a lot of people have lost their life savings. They have lost part of their business capital. They have been scammed. They have suffered one damage or the other just because they do not know the things you are going to be hearing today. So welcome once again to this letter to you, the first-time investor, land investor in Lagos and Southeast Nigeria. So statistics have shown that real estate investment in the past decade in Nigeria has been more profitable, up to over 10%, than other forms of investments. Let's say stocks, let's say crypto, let's say forex and the likes. So this letter is really going to help you to start investing in real estate. If you follow the 4 points we are going to share today, you will be equipped with the information you need to start investing in real estate today. So we are going to talk about, number one, why you must start investing in real estate today. Number two, how to avoid being scammed. All right, there are major things which, if you look out for, you are not going to be scammed. Number three, how to know the investments that will be beneficial to you, how to spot good investment opportunities that you can invest in and make very high return on investment. And the fourth one is a secret offer I'm going to share with you that you can plug in immediately, and you are on your way to Disneyland of becoming a profitable real estate investor. So quickly, let's jump into the first one. Let me tell you once again, if you stay to the end of this video, you are going to be getting a secret offer that so many people are going to miss at the beginning of this year, that is going to be very beneficial to you by the end of this year and in the subsequent years. So make sure you grab your popcorn, grab your soda or your bottled water, and let's go. So the first thing we are going to be talking about is reasons you should start investing today. So there are 3 reasons you should start investing today. Number one, please remember, drop your questions if you have. Also tell me where you're watching from so that I can give you a shout out, right? Tell me where you're watching from. If you are getting some points, drop it down there. And if there are things you want me to talk about in my subsequent videos, please let me know, all right? So why should you start investing in real estate today? The number one reason is to protect your future. You need to understand that any level you are today, or anything you have achieved today, or your financial level today, is a result of what you have done in the past. So if you came from a family where you have everything at your beck and call, you went to good schools, you are running a business right now, maybe your dad or your family gave you some startup fund, some equity. That is because there were things that were done before now that made it possible. All right. So if you want your own future and that of your children to be secured, one of the ways to do that is to have financial security. And 80% of billionaires, not 80%, 80% of millionaires and almost all billionaires invest in real estate. And that is to tell you that one of the ways they have used to preserve their wealth is real estate. So if you want to preserve, you want to be sure that in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, you are not going to be among those that will be scrambling for where to live, how to travel, the kind of food to eat. You are not going to be among those that will be at the mercy of the economic crunch, the global economic challenges, and you want, no matter where you are in the world, you want to have this financial freedom, you want to have place freedom, time freedom. It will begin today. You need to start today. All right? You need to start today. So that's the first point. You need to protect your future, and you have to start investing money in real estate to do that. One of the advantages of this is also the fact that this is something your children and children will benefit from. Because, of course, have you heard that anybody benefited from the PhD of his mom? He can use the PhD of his dad and get a job? No. Immediately your dad dies, immediately the mom dies, that's the end of every personal accolade. That's the end of the results from the University of Harvard or from Oxford. But the property that is close to an airport, the lands that are for agriculture, or the ones that are for residential buildings, or the ones that actually have structures on them, will remain there as long as it can remain, because it is real estate. The second reason you should invest today, or to make sure that you invest this year, is to save your money from losing its value to inflation. As of today, the inflation rate in Nigeria is 35%. It moved from 33% to 35%, and you need to understand the seriousness of that. If you had 10 million naira at the beginning of 2023, right now you have lost almost 40% of the value of that money. That's crazy, man. That means the purchasing power of that money is now down to around 6 million naira. But what you have as a figure is 10 million naira. I don't know whether you're getting it. So it's very important. It's very important you take that into account. Inflation is a must, no matter the country you are. The difference is the rate at which the inflation is occurring. Rich people, billionaires, multi-millionaires all over the world, they hedge their capital, they hedge their profits against inflation by investing it in assets that appreciate in value. The third reason you should invest today is so that you will fulfill the third ladder of wealth. So there are 3 ladders of wealth. The first one is making money, which you're already doing. The second one is keeping money, which some of you are already doing, some are not doing it. So you have this savings account, either in any currency, and you are just putting a particular amount there. But then that money that you are saving is not going to help you become financially free, right? Because it is not getting another money for you. Or the thing they are giving to you as interest is like a cheating system. They are cheating you actually, because they loan that your money to the billionaires that use it to do business and get maybe back 15% or 20%, and then while you that own the money you are not getting profit from that money. All right, you are not getting profit from that money. All right, so point 2 is, so that's for point 1. Point 2 is to avoid, what are the things you need to do to avoid getting scammed, all right, in your real estate deals. This is very important, guys. This is very important, because if you don't take note of the things I'm about to mention, there's a high possibility that your money is going to get lost. All right, so number 1, you have to verify who the seller is. All right, so you need to verify who the seller is. It's very important to know the kind of person, the kind of company, the kind of community you want to buy property from. It's very important. It's very important, because a bad tree cannot give you a good fruit. So you need to do your due diligence there. The second thing you should do is to verify the documents of the property. As a first-time investor, please avoid properties that don't have any documents. When they tell you that it's a virgin land, please be very careful, because there are many things that can happen in that deal. There are many complications that can come up when there is no prior document. All right, and there are 2 major documents you should ask for, which is the deed of assignment, deed of convenience, or deed of transfer, or whatsoever title of transfer that they have, even if it's the C of O, and then the survey plan of the property, because these are the documents you can use to cross-check in the Ministry of Lands and in the Surveyor General's office, right? So that you are going to be sure of what you are getting. And now, it might be very stressful to you as an individual, the investor. So that's why you really need to get an experienced lawyer, or an experienced surveyor, or an experienced realtor like me, or those of us that are in the industry, so that we are going to guide you properly. Because if you don't do that, you are at risk of losing your hard-earned money. Hope you are following, hope you are taking your notes. So another reason, or another way for you to verify the authenticity of the property you want to get, or to avoid being scammed, is to ask them to go to the site. Tell them that you want to visit the site, you want to see the property, and you want to see the distance it is from the landmarks they are telling you. Because the truth is that many people have been scammed because they didn't go to site. So when these people that want to sell this property start telling you, oh, there is flood in that area, oh, there is bandits in that area, oh, the bridge just broke, nobody can access the property, you need to be careful, guys. Because when they show you the property and you go there to do your verifications and ask questions around that location to verify whether this property is genuine, then if it is not genuine, they will not allow you to go there. If the property is in contention, they will not want to take you there, because they know that you might come later to verify the authenticity of the property. So if they are telling you they can't go to site, my brother, run. Then the last thing you should ask, which this is not the least or the last, but is very important. There are other things, but we cannot say everything on this call. So the last thing you should ask is, when will you take possession of the property? All right, which is the land allocation. So when will you take possession? When can you possess the property? So if you finish making the payment, normally it should be around 3 months. It should be around 3 months or 4 months. All right, that's when you should be able to take charge of the property. But when they are telling you, oh, we don't know, or oh, after the rainy season, or they are not giving you a specified time, you should be very careful, and if possible, avoid that deal. Because when many of these guys that scam people, they don't want to give you a specific time, and then there's bank on. We didn't tell you a specific time you were going to get the property or you're going to take possession of the property. All right, so you need to have tell them they have to give you a specific date, and it has to be signed. It has to be signed in the form or in the agreement you guys are entering, so that if there is a breach of that time, you can go back to the agreement or the form that you guys signed. All right, so the point 3 is, how do you now spot great investment? Dear first time investor, listen to this properly, because this is going to help you a great deal. So the first one is to look at development indicators that we guarantee that place is going to appreciate. And what are the things we call development indicators? We mean these infrastructures and facilities that make economic that make the economy to move. All right, so we are talking about airports, right? Local or international airports. Now, because people are going to be moving in and out of the airport, there will be need for hotels, there will be need for recreational centers, there are some of these hotels that are close to tourist centers. So you realize that any property you are getting around there is going to appreciate, because you hardly see the closing down of airports. It's very difficult to see closing down of airports. What we actually see most of the time in various parts of the world is expansion of airports. All right, so look at the Ikeja airport. It was expanded. It has been expanded. Look at the Abuja International Airport. It has been expanded. Look at the Enugu Airport. It has been expanded. Right now, the airport of Oyo State, Ibadan, is being expanded into an international airport. And that is why you can take advantage of our estate right there in Ibadan, and so that you are going to have a stake in the new Ibadan, because when that airport the upgrade to international airport is completed, all the properties in that area is going to skyrocket. So get in right now, that is very cheap, and save yourself from paying an extra 3 million, 5 million in the future. All right, so what are other indicators? You need to buy land near universities, because these are learning centers, and it will keep maintaining traffic. People will keep coming to that school. There will be need for more hotels, more hostels. There will be need for more recreational centers for the students and for the lecturers and for the university community. Right now, the big one, the markets. Right, you gotta get properties that are close to markets or upcoming markets. All right, so you see that now let me just say something about airport. So the Anambra State Airport, we have a property there that is almost sold out, and you can get 2 plus 3 plus from there. We have very limited slots there. The price is going for 7.5 million, but we are doing a discount this January, so you can get it for 6.8 million naira. Now, the Anambra case is very unique because the airport is also close to the Onitsha town, to the Ogidi building materials market, and to the different market. You know, those of you that know Anambra State is the second most populated state after Lagos in Nigeria. All right, having up close to 9 million people right now. All right, and housing one of the biggest markets in West Africa, which is the Onitsha main market. All right, so you really need to ensure that you are getting properties in this kind of location. So send me a DM right now if that interests you, if that is something. Now, this property is going to hit 10 million in no time, because the land mass in these areas are very limited. Anambra State has the smallest land mass in the whole of Southeast states. That's to tell you the advantage or the profit you are going to make in a very short time if you get this property. Now, back to other indicators. So we have stadiums. Guys, if there are properties that are close to stadiums, international stadiums or local stadiums, standard stadiums, please get those properties, because most times stadiums are always maintained and upgraded instead of closed down. So there will be people, there will be sports activities there, religious activities there, political activities there. And you know what that means? That means there will be need for hotels nearby, there will be need for residential buildings, there will be need for supermarkets, there will be need for malls. So this is the reason you need to get those properties near the stadiums. Now, the ones that are close to manufacturing plants, headquarters of companies, headquarters of churches, NGOs, companies. So when the property you want to buy is close to these things, then you know that it's going to appreciate in a short time. And as those things are expanding and are being used the more and the more, you understand that your property is going to appreciate. All right, your properties are going to be appreciating as well. All right, so that's the number one factor on how to spot opportunities to invest. Number two is when they are selling on a pre-launch price. All right, so if a property, normally the valuation of that area is about 5 million, but they are giving a pre-launch price of 3 million, that's a good time to invest in that property, because after that pre-launch it goes to that 5 million. So that's why you see some of these big guys, people that have huge capital, when they see that kind of opportunity, they buy in hectares. 1 hectare is 15 plots. You can see somebody that will be buying 10 hectares, 150 plots, because he knows that immediately the price reverses back to that 5 million, multiply 2 million times 150. This is how these guys make this money, guys. This is why we say that the money in real estate is blood. Some people call it blood money. It's crazy money, guys. So you need to position yourself by buying when the property is still at pre-launch price. And you know how the increase in price in real estate properties are, or in real estate products or properties, not real estate properties. So it's either real estate products or properties. So you know how the increase in prices in properties, the increase in price happens in properties. Don't mind me. So you know how it happens. It happens in millions. It happens in hundreds of thousands. It does not happen in 10,000 or in 50,000. When they want to increase price, you see 1 million naira increase, 2 million naira increase, 3 million naira increase. And if you are selling at that time, let's say it just took 3 months for that increase to happen. If you are selling at that time, you are making a profit of 2 million naira. Which stock will give you that kind of money? Tell me the crypto that will give you that kind of money, that you are sure that it will give you that money. All right. So that is another indicator. Another indicator for you to spot good opportunities to invest in is when a property is being sold at auction price or distress. All right. Now, before I continue with that, we have properties that are going for 1.8 million pre-launch price. That's in Ibadan. I also have some that are going for pre-launch prices in Aba and Enugu right now. All right, and none of them is up to 3.5 million. They are all below 3.5 million. But I bet you immediately this January discount is over, it's going to move to original prices. Some of them will move to 4 million, up to 5 million. So why not get 2 plots right now? Why not get 2 plots right now? Why not get 3 plots right now? Why not get 1 acre, 6 plots right now? And you can resell when the prices go up. Guys, you cannot keep money in the bank. You cannot keep money in the bank right now, or else inflation will take it from you. Inflation will take the value from you. All right? So, let's continue. So, we're talking about the third point under how to spot great investment opportunities. Auction, guys. See, you can't beat this. People will always go into distress. People will have emergencies that will require them to put their properties for sale at a discount price. Some sell as much as 50% less the original value. Some as much as 70% less the original value. So you should be ready to take advantage of these opportunities. All right. And if that is the kind of investment you're looking for, send me a DM right now. I might have something interesting for you right now. All right. Now the next point, which is the last point, which is the secret offer I told you I'm going to give you, is this. So I just want to work with 3 people this year, 2025. 3 people, 3 new first-time investors. This offer is just for 3 people. And what I'll be doing for you is I'm going to hold your hands and we are going to work with. But then these 3 people, you must have a minimum investment plan for the year 2025 of 5 million naira. That's the minimum amount you must have for you to qualify for this opportunity. But the promise I'm giving to you, or what you are going to be getting from this, is that now look out for my next video. I'm going to explain how to be a true real estate investor and not to be a real estate gambler, because many people still have the gambling mindset. And what happened to gamblers? Tell me how many gamblers you know that succeeded in life or that became financially free. Tell me. Because the gambling mindset robs you of the true wealth of investment. So you must throw that away. In fact, I don't want to work with people that have the gambling mindset. I want to work with people that know what they want, understand the principles of investment, and want to enjoy the dividends and the passive income and the return on investment that comes with proper investments. All right. So what we are going to do, I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you properties in good locations. Now, all the things we mentioned today, you are going to verify them in the properties we are going to work with. And I want to give you at least 3 plots this year, 2025, 3 plots of land this year, which is 2025, that by December you have the documents of the 3 plots, whether in one location or in 3 different locations or 2 different locations. That is up to you. You're going to make that choice. But my job is to help you to have that property, and that whether you want to sell in the next 24 months, 72 months, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, we're going to work with you all the way. All right. Why I say that is because the properties we are going to be giving to you will be part or will be at the same location where our company's properties are. All right. So you have nothing to fear. So what are other things you are going to get? All right. Now this is where it gets interesting. You don't need to come and do the run around and the rigor of property verification, the stress of acquisition, you don't need to stress that goes on in the Ministry of Lands. Guys, if you are going as an individual, pardon. If you are going as an individual, first-time investor, and you want to go through the process, you are not going to believe what will happen to you. All right? You are going to be shocked. You are going to be starstruck, right? So we are going to be taking away that responsibility from you. All you need to do is come to the site, see the property, and you verify it. Maybe if you have an experienced property lawyer, that's best. All right, or you have an experienced surveyor, that's fantastic. You bring them on board and we work together to give you those properties. The fact is that by just few weeks ago, that's December, one of my clients was telling us that that he's surprised that he was able to get a property in Nigeria without meeting us for the first time, without coming himself, and all the transactions went successfully, and his document was sent to him outside Nigeria. That's what we are here for, guys. That's why we are here. All right. So we want to give you an experience that will make you to tell your friend. Now, we are so good in what we do that one of the people that invested with us, that bought about 4 plots from us in different locations, told her friend, and her friend bought about I think about 10 plots from us. We didn't market to her friend. She went to her friend and said, "Guy, you just need to invest with these guys." All right, so that is what we are offering to you this year. So those 3 people, send me a DM right now. Let's begin. Remember, minimum amount you are willing to invest is 5 million naira. All right, 5 million naira. So that, guys, how will it be? How will it be for you that in the next 3 years your 5 million has turned to 50 million? Think about that. What advantages can it afford you? Can it afford you to relocate to another country? Won't it be nice that it helped you to start a new business for your parents, or to expand your own business? Won't it be nice that you will be able to sell that and acquire, let's say by that time you're able to acquire another 10 plots? Guys, this is how this works. This is how it works. All right, this is how all of us started. So I can't wait to help you. I can't wait to make you take advantage of this offer. So not only that of the property, all right. Another advantage you are going to be getting is you are going to be the first to know when we have a new property, when we have a new deal. And let me just let out this secret here. It's supposed to be a business secret, but let me inform you guys. So when we are getting new properties, there are people that are always checking on us and asking because they know that we usually have limited plots for pre-launch. All right, so that pre-launch we can have as small as 10 plots, and you can see somebody that want to take 5, and you can see somebody that want to take all the 10, but we don't like doing that because we want to build a community. We want to build community. So we want like other people to get involved in that, so that they will taste of the good things that is going on in the real estate market and that is going on in Sofco Homes. All right, so if you are one of these 3 people, now if you have your this doesn't mean we will work with only these 3 people, but these are the 3 people we are going to be giving all these services to. Of course, if you are coming later, if you are watching this video in a future date and you're coming later, of course we're going to serve you properly, give you excellent and professional service. All right, that's what Sofco Homes stand for. All right, so that's what we are going to do. So if you still have a lesser budget than that, but you want to start something, send me a DM and let's start something. The worst of all is that you don't have anything. You don't have any property anywhere. That's not good, guys. It's not even good to the ears. All right, so in the future, when you are the friends of your kids come invite your kids to their new home that was built, and it was because the parents bought some properties years ago, and your parents, you know how kids, you know the kids of this generation, you know how bold they are. So they are going to be asking you, so daddy, where's our own land? Mommy, where's our own property? so to avoid to explain tire, no evidence, you gotta start doing something right now. Whether you're married, whether you're single, remember that the best time for you to get a property was 10 years ago. Another best time is right now. Send me a DM right now or call the number 07063739000. 07063739000. And if you're outside Nigeria, the country code is +234 7063739000. Thank you once again, and Happy New Year to you.